Welcome to the What They Believe Christmas special. Apparently I don't advertise it very well, but I do have a Patreon and several social media dealies. You can find the links down below. One of the reasons I started this project was I kept hearing people say that I and people like me hate Christmas, which isn't true. I rather like Christmas. In fact, I've only personally met one person who didn't like Christmas, and they were a secular Jew. However, as much as I am fond of the holiday, I do not enjoy Christmas music. So here is a collection of my previous guests explaining what they do during the holiday season. And in between those interviews, I'll be explaining why I think Christmas music stinks. Starting here, a lot of Christmas music is really about winter. Winter Wonderland, Frosty the Snowman, they don't have anything to do with Jesus or gift giving or even a tree. You can sing those songs in February. Well, here's Reverend Gong. Christmas has become a force of its own in our culture, sometimes completely separate from any religious activities. Is there any winter holidays that you celebrate, and how do you celebrate them?
You know, we celebrate Christmas too.
Oh, okay.
Because we honor all the sages, the saints, and teachers from all traditions. You don't have to be Christians to celebrate Christmas or Thanksgiving. And actually, I love Thanksgiving holiday very much. It really feels like, we are all just really part of a community. And, in American land, we are actually invited and included because there's happy holidays. So I like those holidays very much. Our big winter celebration that we enjoy and appreciate very much is the last day and the first day of the year. So we do have a letting go ceremony with the candlelights, reflecting the whole year, and then burning whatever we do not want to carry to the next year. So that's the one beautiful letting go ceremony on the very last day of the year. And then very first day of the year, we also gather and then welcome the new year with the hope and aspiration and resolutions for the new year. So that's beautiful winter celebration we enjoy very much.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Fa la 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 la, la 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 la. Yeah, who needs lyrics? We can just fa la la our way through the whole thing. And Deck the Halls isn't even supposed to be about Christmas. It originally came from Wales and was about New Year's. And then the English came and said, we're changing your language and your religion, and we're stealing your New Year's song and making it about Christmas. And don't complain, or we're renaming you West Scotland. Yes, I know, my British accent stinks as well. Here's Teshin Sweger. Are there any winter holidays you celebrate, and how do you celebrate them?
First, there are a lot of Zen people that also practice other traditions. So there are many people that remain Christian and practice Zen, or remain Jewish and practice Zen, Muslim practice Zen. So we don't ask that people give up those traditions. In fact, I think Zen just adds to their own understanding of their tradition and gives it some other quality, adds to it. So a lot of people just continue with the traditions of their youth or their family. In that, just like you were talking about Christmas, I enjoy spending Christmas with my family. Again, I don't believe necessarily in the supernatural elements of Christianity, but it has an immense value. So that's one way I want to answer it. The second way is, for some reason in December, we celebrate what's called Rohatsu, which is December 8th, the 8th day of the 12th month. And that's the day that was ascribed to the Buddha's awakening. So we celebrate the enlightenment of the Buddha Shakyamuni on December 8th. It's celebrated around the world that way. And it's often celebrated through a ceremony, but also by doing the most intense retreat of the year. So that's when Zen Buddhists will sit for 7 days straight in silence and put their best effort forward in confirming the teachings for themselves. So I guess it's the same with any tradition that celebrates that the darkest time of the year. It's around, the darkening of the night or of the shortening of the days and the lengthening of the days. So that's always a part of things, why that time of the year is chosen. many of these holidays.
How about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Well, Rudolph is born with a deformity and everybody mocks and insults him until they need his help. And now they loved him. Well, personally, I would have told him, good luck with the fog. You're on your own, jerks. Here's Sheikh Farrunnissa.
Christmas time is just a marker on a calendar. So is there any celebration you do at the end of the year in December?
The celebrations that we share in Universal Sufism in the lineage of Inayat Khan are the landmarks of his life. When he was born, July 5th, we just had his birthday celebration.
Yes.
When he left India to come to the West, he actually boarded a boat and traveled to New York City Harbor. Was actually the same day, September 12th, that he left the West to go home to India at the end of his life. So that day is celebrated as a gift, the gift of his teachings coming to the West, and then bidding him farewell as he went back to India for his final days. And then the most sacred ceremony of all, the most sacred celebration in Islam, in Sufism, is the day of a person's passing. It's called, the short version is called Urs, U-R-S. It stands for a longer phrase, Shebi Urus, which means wedding night. It's the night when someone has gone home into the arms of the beloved.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. Remember the lyrics of that song? Go ahead and get them. I'll wait. No, I won't. You can pause it. Got them? Great. The lyrics are about demanding food. They want some figgy pudding and they won't go until they get some. Apparently, these are party guests that stayed the night and now demand breakfast. How about this? Christmas is over now, so beat it. Here's Alice from the Religious Society of Friends.
Is there anything specifically that the Friends do for Christmas?
Christmas Eve, we gather at 5:30, right when the sun's going down and it's getting dark. And we have in the center of our room a table with one candle. And we turn off all the lights. And then we sit in silent worship. And as people feel led, they bring their own candle. Everybody has a candle to the table, light their candle, set their candle on the table, give their message or not. And we do that for about 45 minutes. And as you might imagine, the children love this, especially the little pyromaniac boys. They love to bring these, light their candle. So we turn the darkness into light by, adding each one our light until the end. There's this table. It's covered in tinfoil, with all these candles, different kinds, shapes, sizes. And we've heard some wonderful messages. And then we close by singing Silent Night.
The Little Drummer Boy is supposed to be a sweet song. Some broke kid can't afford a present, so he plays him a little tune. That's nice, right? Well, let me ask you, do you have kids? Imagine you've got a newborn and you just got him down for a nap. Then somebody drags their kid in and does a big Travis Barker drum solo. Bum-bum-bum-bum. Yeah, great gift. Now the Messiah's bleeding from the ears. Well, here's Reverend Pupke from the Unitarian Universalists.
Is there anything special that you do for Christmas celebrations or anything for the holiday season?
We actually have a Christmas Eve service, which is part of a tradition. It's been done for a long time in our early history. We had lots and lots and lots of Christians. Now we have a minority of Christians. So we still honor that. And even our humanists show up because we talk about the teaching of Jesus and the need to work for peace. If we were meeting in person at the very end of the service, we would all walk out to the courtyard and sing Silent Night. We sing it to the Richmond community and we sing it to the world. Holy peace is what we are seeking for all. And in that holiday, there's time off, time away. We hope all people will remember why we seek peace.
The 12 days of Christmas are December 25th to January 5th. Thus, 11 of those days are after Christmas. Oh, and Joy to the World is not about the birth of Christ. It's about when he comes back, and most people die. Merry Christmas! Here's Pastor Lewkowicz.
Is there anything specific you do for the holiday season, for Christmas and the surrounding holidays?
Yeah. Two things. I'm gonna answer this in two ways. Number one, I think where we as believers have failed is that we celebrate the life of Christ on Christmas and we celebrate the death of Christ on Easter. We celebrate it 2 times a year. That should be something we celebrate every single day. Of course, December 25th is not when Jesus was born. If we look at the Jesus count, we look at the Jewish calendar in the time frame, we're looking at more August, September. But again, we're going to go to historical settings and everything in that process there. What was Christmas? The Christmas tree, which is in everyone's house, was a pagan image. And so do I put a Christmas tree up? Yeah. It's awesome. It's fun. Do I decorate with my 2 boys and my wife? Yeah, we have a blast with it. Yeah, do we give presents and everything away as well too? Yeah. But we really focus on trying to bless others and understand what blessing is. So I celebrate this morning the birth, death, burial, and resurrection of my Savior. I do that every single day. And you could come to the Bridge Hendersonville when all this is over. And we're doing services now as well too, though, live and in person and online. And you can ask a person as well too, hey, what does David say about Christmas and Easter? And they said that you celebrate the birth and resurrection and the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ every single day, and not just 2 times a year. Most pastors put all their eggs in the basket of Christmas and let's celebrate Christmas and what it is. I look at the purpose of Christmas and helping you understand what the purpose of Christmas actually is and the blessings around Christmas. And if we look at what we've made it from a Christian standpoint, is that it's a baby coming wrapped in swaddling clothes and lying in a manger who's the ultimate sacrifice and everything. We don't put the emphasis on the presents and the trees, but we put the emphasis on the community. So for us at the Bridge Church Hendersonville, what we do for the month of December is what can we do to give back to our community more than what we've done in the last few months. Every month we're looking at how we can help people in any needs that they have. And there is no believer strings attached. Again, I'm not here to save you. I'm here to plant a seed. And I can plant a seed by helping meet a need. Because what did Jesus do? Jesus always met needs, and because he met needs, people believed.
Rocking around the Christmas tree, Jingle Bell Rock. Few songs rock less than those 2 songs. Next, Master Johnson from the Temple of the Jedi Order.
Do you, as a Jedi, have any sort of December holiday that you celebrate? And please tell me it has nothing to do with that holiday special.
So actually, December 25th, Christmas, is actually the date in which we were founded. So there is usually a live service that day. There's usually lots of thoughts, planning for the year. We have some, but in terms of like traditions, how do we do it? Again, there's something to be said for the limitations of being online, as opposed to being in a physical place, because we could do stuff that's physical, right? Make rituals physical.
Just what exactly is going on in Frosty the Snowman? Some kids use magic and create a snow golem. Here's Imam Ahmed.
Do you have any December area holidays in Islam?
Next month, or the following month after this month, some scholars hold that it was the prophets, or actually it's unanimously, not really unanimous, so let's just say it's a majority opinion. Or some of the scholars opine that the prophet, peace be upon him, was born in the month that would follow the month that we're in right now. So that would be about a month from now. So they believe it's so the month that would coming is the Rabi' al-Awwal, which is in the English language that would be the first spring. And in that month, some scholars opine that the 12th, it was the month that, or the date that he was born. He was born on a Monday, that's known for sure, or that's not contested as much, but some scholars also differ on the month. Some suggest the month that I informed you earlier about, the one in which the ascension to the heavens occurred, and others contend this month. So that's the closest I can get, really. I don't have any other particular Islamic holidays in mind.
Grandma got ran over by a reindeer. I'll just leave that at that. Here's Pastor Osunlana.
What is it your congregation does for Christmas celebrations?
Because of COVID-19, one thing I have suggested and my congregation here has embraced is that we're going to celebrate Christmas in a way that will allow for other people to be able to join with us. We know many people have not been able to come to church. Elderly people have been shut in, and it's tough. And this is the time that people really want to feel the joy, not just the shopping, not just the decoration outside. They really want, there is something about Christmas that actually make people very happy. And so we're going to, and we have a very beautiful campus. It's just gorgeous. So we're going to have what we call Christmas in the Garden. Christmas in the Garden, we're going to have music, and people are going to wear their masks. We are still going to social distance, but we're going to have plenty of music, beautiful music. We have young people that are going to do liturgical dancing out in the garden. And it's something that everybody, are welcome to attend, but it is our way of wanting the community to experience the joy of Christmas. And so we are at a very high gear, in preparation for that. And also we're going to have the Christmas Eve service, and it's going to, going to be a wonderful, wonderful time. One of the things that we are doing during our Christmas Eve service is that we have adopted 5 families. And those 5 families are not members of our congregation. These are people in the community with children, and they struggle. They are struggling. And we are adopting them to take care of everything they will need for Christmas, to make them happy for that Christmas. So we're inviting them to, our Christmas Eve service. If they can come, they are welcome. If they cannot make it, we're still going to take care of them. We just gave out food and everything to several families for Thanksgiving. But we're going to do that for, this family this year, so that way we pass on the joy of Christmas.
The worst Christmas song is also the most arrogant. Yes, an arrogant Christmas song. Jingle Bells. Let's analyze the lyrics. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Real relatable, right? I don't know how many of you have ridden on a horse, but I doubt any of you have ridden in a sleigh. And an open sleigh in the winter, and they're laughing all the way. Why are they laughing? Hypothermia. They're in an open sleigh in the winter and their brains are shutting down. And then the arrogance. Oh, what fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Do you hear the arrogance in that? It's a song about sleighing that tells you how fun it is to sing a song about sleighing. Here's Michael Card.
I want to ask if you had any Christmas music that you particularly enjoyed. Do you have a favorite Christmas song?
Well, I wrote an album called The Promise of Christmas. It's the only Christmas thing I attempted. And I like that record. I mean, I think we did it in London with the London Symphony, and I think I'm remembering that correctly. It was about 30 years ago. Individual Christmas songs that I didn't write, I don't know. For me, Christmas, Luke is the only valid Christmas nativity. Matthew's not the nativity. Jesus is like 2 years old when the wise men come. So that doesn't, you probably know that doesn't work. And what Luke is interested in is the poverty. He's sleeping in a trough, and a trough in Jesus' day was probably a depression in the ground. They didn't even have wooden mangers, as far as we know of. The buildings that we know that are underneath the house where the animals stayed, which is probably where they stayed. There's just I've seen them in archaeological digs. It's just a depression in the ground, and he's wrapped in rags. For me, where I sort of come alive during Christmas is appreciating that. And so our family tradition is we go to a real barn, and where it smells, and a real functioning barn. And we do this with the kids ever since they were little. And we read the Christmas story in the smelliest barn we can find. And it's not a warm, fuzzy, in the cute little baby. It's like, here's this baby who's wrapped in rags and is experiencing everything that human babies experience. That's not a particularly tender idea, but that's the idea that really that's the idea that resonates with me for Christmas. And so all the rest of it, I'm not a big fan of all the rest of it.
So that's the end. Merry holiday, happy season, and may the road rise with you.